So this people, we're in trouble because there is no shepherd. You know, I had a comment I had to deal with last week, and I understand what he was saying, calling me a shepherd, and this is not the first. He won't be the first. He won't be the last. He's not the first and won't be the last. Calling me a shepherd, and I had to correct him because I know this verse. I'm no shepherd. I'm just like you, in trouble. Need to know the Most High for myself. Need to study. Need to seek Him 10 times more. Need to be aware of these idols speaking delusion. I need to be aware of diviners envisioning lies and these people with their false dreams, and to make sure they don't comfort me in vain. I understand this. I understand there's no shepherd. Once again, that was the first video I did. So I can't allow anyone to call me a shepherd in any shape or form. Shepherd-like. I don't even want to be looked at as shepherd-like, because the only thing the scripture says, the righteous will lead many to righteousness. The one that become righteous, the Most High visit us. We seek Him. We study His word. We get in His word. He opened our eyes to His word. He shows us things. He reveals to each one of us certain things. And then we're able to show others what He's shown us, show others what He's saying in His word. But that does not make us their shepherds, because we have no shepherd, no leader. The one that come up and said, this is the leader that's going to lead the people out, he's a liar and a deceiver. And the only way we know this, we have to know His word. So trust and follow no man that say they the shepherd. They the leader. They're the one. Verse 3, my anger is kindled against the shepherds. Now, these people that speak in idols and they speak in these delusions, vision and lies and false dreams, and have the people comfort in vain. These people, the Most High is against them. This is your camp leaders. Here they go. You want to read about your camp leaders? Here they go. They called themselves all type of titles. These YouTubers calling themselves prophets and prophetess. He is against these people. They're saying they're the shepherds. A leader of a flock, a leader of a people. And see, what I have to show is dealing with leaders of people. You have to see to avoid this trap. And you have to see how our people are caught up in this trap. He says, and I will punish the goat herds, for Yahuah of hosts shall visit his flock. You see, his flock is in the mouth of these shepherds. And he's going to deliver out of their mouths some of his flock. All of them will not listen. They're going to stay with their shepherd. But some will listen and heed them. But he's going to visit his flock. He's going to come and he's going to send judgment on these shepherds because he's hot. He's upset with them. And his eyes is on them to destroy them. And they're telling everybody they're working for the Most High. They're proud. They're arrogant. They're boastful. They're cocky. They use body language that shows how arrogant they are. These are Shaul's followers. They have the heart of Shaul. They're not humble. They don't teach. They can't even teach humble because they don't know what it is themselves. They do not, and they never display the acts of humbleness. So Yahuah will visit his flock, the house of Yehudah. You see this, Christians? His flock, the house of Yehudah, and will make them as his royal horse in the battle. From him comes the cornerstone. From him, the tent peg. All right, we're seeing righteousness. We're seeing real leaders coming from him. The tent peg, the tent peg is to hold down the tent. These are men that can hold things down. When the going get tough, they hold things down. This is the tent pegs. These are leaders, strong, powerful, mighty leaders. From him, the battle bow. So We have our people talking about this spiritual battle. They're still caught up in the spiritual fight, fighting invisible fight. Now this, you know what? We should call that a spiritual doctrine. They're on this spiritual doctrine. And here we're reading about physical battle. The battle bow. This is a weapon. Nothing invisible. From him, every ruler together. And shall be like mighty men. Here are real men ready for a real battle, who tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. Notice this verse is not talking about an invisible war. Mire, mud, dirt in the streets. Streets is on the, last time we checked, this is the ground. In the battle, where is the spiritual fight? Where is it? Where did the Most High, I saw last night someone put up a video about spiritual warfare, fighting demons. Where did the Most High tell us to spiritually fight demons? Please, someone put it in the comment section. Give me understanding. I'm looking for knowledge and understanding. So if anyone could tell us, where did the Most High say fight? Spiritual fight. Fighting demons. And it says, they shall fight. We see the people in the streets. They shall fight because Yahuah is with them. They're going to fight a real battle. Remember the message. Make ready for the day of battle. Make ready for that day. It's coming. And it's here. For the riders on horses shall be put to shame. We will find our people stuck against the Most High. They don't know they're going to be against him, but they're going to end up being against him, and shame will be put on these people. These will be Christians. These will be some of those that belong to a camp. They're going to find themselves fighting against the Most High. I will strengthen the house of Yehudah, and I will save the house of Yahuah. I will bring them back. Here is our promise. Here's what he said. And we're going to see, how is he going to bring us back? He says, I will bring them back because I will have mercy on them. They shall be as though I had not cast them aside. This is something we were discussing. And we don't have everything that we need to know. But Most High spoke a word to me some years ago. I will never forget the day I heard those words. And I did a video about it. He said to me, I'm going to make everything right. I don't know if I brought this particular verse out, but it goes with the message. The Most High was telling me everything that's wrong, he's going to make it right. The wicked ruling the world, that's wrong. The Most High going to take them down and take them out and make it right. The righteous seed is on the bottom. And he's going to make it right. He's going to lift these people up. They will be rulers again. See, he's making those things wrong right. They shall be as though I had not cast them aside. That means they're going to be operating better than what we were operating before in righteousness. For I am Yahuah, the mighty one. I will hear them. He's going to hear these people. Those of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, and their hearts shall rejoice as if with wine. You will think these guys were drunk off of wine. Their heart's going to be rejoicing. Yes, their children shall see it and be glad. This is nothing spiritual. They're going to see it. Cut it out, spiritual madness. These spiritual people, the scriptures say the spiritual man is mad. So their children's going to see it. It's not invisible. Their hearts shall rejoice in Yahuah. Watch this. Verse 8. How is he going to gather them? I will whistle for them. He's going to whistle. I will whistle for them and gather them. So he whistled to his people. He get our attention. He visit us. He whistle. Come here. Get over here. Come out of the midst of her. Deliver yourself, you who dwell with the daughter of Babylon. These people will listen and come to that whistle. The Most High whistle for his people. You know how dogs are. They love the whistle. Whistle for them and say, come, and they will gather themselves to you. These are dogs that don't even know you. When you whistle, their ears go into attention. This is how we need to be. The Most High is whistling. Do you hear his whistle? Did you hear the whistle of the Most High? The righteous heard it. That's why we're within the borders. Some are within the borders and don't even understand the whistle. But they heard it. They heard the call. They heard from their Father. And they took action. And now it's their job to stay away from weak people or they will be back in her. And they need to make sure they are in communication with those that's been within the borders for years. See, we had those that come out. And then those came out after them. And I'm talking, they only been here a few days. And they are following them all over the place. And now they're back in Babylon. You see that? They're following people that just came in within the borders. He says, I will redeem them. And they shall increase as they once increased. We will be fruitful and multiply. Don't worry about being single. Listen, this 1/3 that make it, the ones that make it to the wilderness, you won't be single long. There is a husband for you. There is a wife for you. And get ready to be fruitful and multiply. Because this is what you're going to do. This is what's going to happen. He says, and I will sow them among the people. Look at this. And they shall remember me in the far country. So he told us this would happen. We're going to find ourselves among gooey, but we're going to remember him in far countries. They shall live together with their children, and they shall return at his whistle, at his command. Come out of her, flee from the midst of her. Go from her, come forth from her, and they shall return. But the wicked ones, they're not going to return. They're going to stay and do nothing. He says, look at verse 10. All right, everyone within the borders, listen up to all that's within the borders, and I will also bring them back from the land of Egypt. Wait a minute. He's gathering us from out of all the countries he scattered us in, and we're reading here, I will also bring them back from the land of Egypt. Sounds to me like all through the scripture we're reading, his people going to be hovering around Egypt once again. We see in 2nd Ezra, he says, I will bring you them out of the land of Egypt as before and strike Egypt with another curse. So as the people come out, as before, he's going to strike Egypt with another curse. And gather them from Assyria, and I will bring them into the land of Gilead and Lebanon, until no more room is found for them. He shall pass through the sea with affliction, and strike the waves of the sea. Be ready to go down in the sea again. And strike the waves of the sea. All the depths of the rivers shall dry up. Then the pride of Assyria shall be brought down, and the scepter of Egypt shall depart. This righteous group will depart. So I will strengthen them. These people will be weakened. The other nations, our enemies has weakened us. And the Most High says, so I will strengthen. Don't worry about being weak. The ones within the borders, don't worry about being weak. Don't worry about your trials you're going through. Understand this verse. Understand the Most High promise to strengthen us. He says, I will strengthen them. And he says, and you then shall you walk up and down in his name, says the Most High. So we understand why we have to gather ourselves together. There is no shepherd to gather us. And the Most High whistled for his people. The Most High visited his people, gave us the command. He told us to deliver ourselves, and we have to gather ourselves together. And we will once again end up together, all sons of Yahuah, making the journey to the wilderness, and here comes another beginning. So we must remember his word. Gather yourself together because we're in the midst. Shalom.